while we wait for the game to load, I'm going to take this opportunity to explain what the hell was happening and essentially what was up with the lack of streams for the past 2 weeks. Essentially, my router died, and getting a replacement took longer than expected. And of course, trying to stream over on your phone isn't exactly possible. I mean, it's possible, but it's not exactly something you want to experiment with for a lot of time. So I had to give it a rest for a couple of weeks. I didn't quit. It was postponed. There's a difference. So I'm also going to tell you what the plan is for the future, and I hope that the audio mixing is fine, and I hope that everything can be heard, because I'm running some new equipment here. I got some new equipment after Christmas, and I am working with that right now, and we will see how this turns out. Hopefully it turns out fine. So I want to remember where I left off last time. Okay, so this is past the point. I know that I was getting spanked hard by the microroids in one particular system, but I think we got away from that. I do remember I was really ticked off by it. Okay, it's coming back to me. Also, okay, so I believe we can just move on to the next. Oh no, there is a derelict there. Did we do the derelict? We have. Hold on, is that derelict that I made? No, we just didn't explore it yet. Ah, yeah, we were going to explore the derelict. Okay, yeah, that works. So, as you noticed, the Space Haven streams are now pretty much going samey, and that's because there is nothing more left to show until the next update kicks in. Oh, wow. Well, what a way to return to streaming. Two fat guys immediately, and they hurt. Kill. Jericho is unconscious, but he should recover. There is another one there. I wish there was a better way of setting up a target. So there are more aliens there. Jericho should wake up before... Oh my god. Okay, we did actually evade that one. So the current plan for the streams is thusly. We will be running the Space Haven and the Factorio streams for a bit longer, and I really mean bit. Essentially what's gonna happen is after Factorio, and I don't know if I'm actually gonna go all the way to the spaceship, because accumulating the space science, I was actually playing it off stream, and accumulating the space science necessary to get the spaceship running takes a long time. And it would be essentially streams of me doing nothing except waiting for those sciences to be made. So it's not exactly something that's really interesting to watch. So instead, what I'm thinking is that it's time that we switch the games over. And while I still want to stream older games as well, I will be switching around the way I do things. So, and my focus still will be strategies and survival games and the like. Just pause this to see what's actually going on. Water. Okay, there is lack of water on this ship right now. Yeah, so they need some water. They just need water, nothing else really, so let's just give them some. Yeah, let's give them 10 water. We have ice. Yeah, we have plenty of ice. So what we will be streaming next after Space Haven and Factorio is for Sundays we will be going into Satisfactory, and we're gonna give that a run, or either that or Scrap Mechanic. Really depends on what tickles my fancy more. But apart from that, I need to get these back to the ship. They're wounded and they're... Oh my god! No, 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 no. We've left the guy. Come back for the guy. Jericho is unconscious again. Okay, so... you pick him up. And you have to go around, huh? And you two... I don't want to save scum so early. But I might need to. Okay, so don't go anywhere, just go back into the ship. Okay, we kind of saved them. We're gonna let them rest and then we're gonna do this again. So, the Wednesday, what will be replacing the Space Haven stream though is something new. So I do want to run new games, not just older games, or I want to do Satisfactory or Scrap Mechanic because they have been recently updated. They have new content, at least some of it, and they're also really fun. And also I can play them in co-op, so some of my friends, including Ben, who I've made some videos for fun with Dead Space 3, might join me, and it might be a lot of fun to play those in group. So it's one of those things that I'm going to be trying. But what is going to be replacing Space Haven, at least until there is some content update for it, is we will be going into a new game that's entering early access on the 20th of January that I'm looking forward to. That's called the Dyson Sphere Program or Project. I'm not sure which one. I think it's Dyson Sphere Program. And it's a very intriguing game. I'm looking forward to trying it out. It is, I guess you could call it colony management. It's more of, well, it is colony management, but it's on a much grander scale. So it's a lot more invested. You actually are making huge stellar projects, and you are essentially a very high-tech mech that goes out into space and creates those interstellar structures, and eventually you do make a Dyson sphere. For those who don't know, a Dyson sphere is a super capital structure that is designed to harvest majority, if not all, of the energy that's produced by a star. There are two ways you can make a Dyson sphere that are scientifically it's possible. One is to actually envelop the entire star with a structure completely like a shell of an egg. And well, that would of course capture 100% of the energy that that sun produces. The material cost to make that would be several planets worth. I mean, you would actually have to deconstruct entire planets to get that amount of energy, that amount of material ready to build something like that. The other more achievable and more scientifically sound way is to surround the sun with energy collecting, solar collecting satellites. So it doesn't have to be a continuous structure, but either a ring or like a net of structures that encompass the sun. Okay, so this game, the Dyson Sphere Project, is all about that. I don't know if there is any combat involved in the game. I don't think so, although on in one of the trailers I do believe that I saw something being fired, but it's not clear on what it was fired upon. So it might be that it's just a mining laser, or it could be that it's actually firing at something that's a threat. I really don't know. I can't say. The trailers that I've seen doesn't show, and I haven't intentionally have not watched any gameplay videos, because the beta was and is out, I believe, or at least was available to some last year, I believe, and so there is some gameplay footage of it, and I only saw a little because I didn't want to spoil it for myself, because it looks a lot really interesting, and I want to actually enjoy it myself. So it will be a new experience both for you and me. That's a brand new game, and that's how I'm probably gonna be forming them. I did say previously that I'm going to have at least one action game being played at some point, and I will. The problem is essentially there's too many things I want to do and not enough time to do it. If I ever get to the point where I can actually stream daily, then it'll be a lot easier to accomplish. Right now I have to pick and choose, and there are so many things I want to pick and choose, because there are so many games out there that I want to stream and try, and some of them are old, some of them are new. You know what, let's get all of this to Roxanne. Get all of the salvage, and then just let it run while we talk. I do believe I've taken the trade what I needed from that ship, so we're good on that. Now, one thing that I need to keep an eye on now is, because I have two ships, the amount of resources I use is also doubled. And I guess I should get some food over to these guys. Transfer some nuts. And some fruit, why not? Oh, this is veggies, not nuts. I don't have that many nuts to begin with. The problem for me is striking the balance, because with these survival games you reach a point where it starts dragging really badly. Now, that's not a problem when you're playing it, but when you're watching it, I mean, we can talk about things and I can tell you all about things that are happening and stuff, but the gameplay itself doesn't really show you anything new. For example, you can see already that in this stream we've been running for what, 15 minutes now. I've cleared out the ship and I started salvaging everything that we see. There is nothing new to show in the game, and while there is a potential end game, it's long ways off, and so it's a grind, and you know, at that point might as well just call it and return to it when there's more things to show, and then maybe explore further. Also, it leaves you with for anybody else who is playing the game, they can then explore the game further and not be spoiled for anything. And that's also one of the reasons that I wanna, apart from these survival games and games of this caliber, I do want to stream games which actually are shorter, just so that we can organically go through them. What do you have? Yes, please. Give me all of that. What can I give you? Quite a few things, actually. I mean, I have 50 hull blocks. Yeah, here we go. There you go. Give me all your energy. There is another thing that I need to consider, and that is my own technology. That is the streaming rig I have. So while my computer isn't weak by any stretch of the imagination, it is getting obsolete in terms of the graphics card. It's still more than powerful enough to even to run even a next generation game like Call of Duty Cold War on high settings, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey on very high settings and without significant drops in frame rate. But when you introduce streaming to that, then that becomes a different story altogether, and then it starts to struggle. So I will be upgrading my rig in the coming months. So after I do that, then streaming more next-gen games will become a reality and something that we'll be moving into. Until then, I have to be very careful about what I choose to stream, just so that it doesn't start hiccuping. That's one of the reasons why we haven't streamed Shipbreaker in a while, despite enjoying the game very much. And I did play it off stream, and I enjoyed the new ships. There are two new ships, the Salvage Runner and the Javelin, which is a fuel tanker, and they are a lot of fun. There is also achievements in the game now. Well, not achievements exactly, more like you get stickers for them, so each sticker has a mission that's attached to it, and that's fun. That's reasonably fun. Actually, for a completionist like me, it's a lot of fun. And when I say completion, that means I run almost every game I play to 100%. By that, I don't mean, well, on PlayStation 4, I actually run every game until I reach the Platinum, but on PC, I run every game until I run out of things I can do in the game. In a game like Assassin's Creed, I simply do until I've unlocked everything, I've collected everything. I get very anal about it, so to speak, because I would collect, in some RPGs, I would be collecting even common sets until I had all of them, even there is no way to display them. That's one of the things I liked about Terraria, that you can actually make an armor display. I believe I've mentioned this in one of my previous streams when I was playing RuneScape, and I played RuneScape, the classic one, for a long time. I was playing it in such a way that I was raising all of my skills instead of focusing on just a single one. I'm just looking if this guy has anything worthwhile, and he has some crystals, but I don't really need them that much at this time, so we'll not take them. Echo, what are you wearing? Like a black suit. The update for Space Haven is still a long ways away. Speaking of Shipbreaker, I will probably return to at least 1 or 2 streams for it at some time. The reason why I stopped, as you notice, my thoughts tend to trail away. The reason why I stopped streaming Shipbreaker is because the game isn't really optimized, and despite me being able to run that game at 100 plus FPS at all times at max settings, whenever you shove something of significant size into the furnace, the game stutters to oblivion. At some point it even crashes. It even happens when you put something smaller in the furnace. The reason why that is for those who don't know, 3D models are made out of several fragments called meshes. There is one mesh which represents the model itself, that's what you see. Then there is the collision model, which determines where are the boundaries of the object, and then there is a texture that goes over the mesh. What happens when you put something in the furnace, all of those things start to get stripped away and replaced with a burning animated texture in sequence. And then they get slowly despawned as they go inside. And that seems to be very poorly optimized at present time, and it's causing the game to stutter. It stutters really badly. So I will not be returning to that until that game has some better optimization, or maybe the new graphics card will cure the stuttering, and if that's the case, then wonderful, then we will be streaming Triple Dread again. I'm actually going to see how the Dyson Sphere project runs before I stream it, because I don't know. It could be great, it could be awful. We'll see. But I definitely want to stream it. It looks like a marvelous game. And sorry about the CCleaner alert. I really should do something about those notifications popping out. I should update that bloody thing or uninstall it, one way or the other. I actually like CCleaner. It does help you maintain your PC to a degree. But of course, like everything else that has a premium mode, it tends to run your subscriptions. And I didn't realize, and it's probably because I'm playing this game now in windowed mode instead of full screen. I don't even know if it would change anything if I played it in full screen. The reason why I'm playing it in window mode is because this game right now, at least on my machine, when you alt tab, it sometimes crashes for me. I don't know why that is, but that's what happens. So you get to see the outside of my game window as well. Not that I really mind. Enjoy seeing all the icons of the stuff I have on my PC. I don't really care. Right. How long are you going to be disassembling this ship? What's left on it anyway? Not much. Some scrap. And infra scrap, of course. The one thing that always gets in tons. Are we in a pirate sector? Yes, we are. Okay. I hope that this sector doesn't have any microroids. I remember that RNG was really messing with us previously. I hope that's not the case anymore. At least not in this system. There are other updates coming out that I want to check out, but yeah, I only stream for 2 days, and I will only be able to stream for 2 days because there are so many other things I'm doing that I just don't have enough time. I would, depending on how things with streaming go over the coming year, I might actually have to involve more people into it, or just join up with somebody else to do more. We'll see. Divide the load, so to speak, or get another PC just for rendering and stuff so that I can actually stream while I have other things going in on the other machine. But all of those things are far into the future right now. I really can't afford something like that at the present time anyway. We'll see how things go. As I said, I do this for fun primarily, and because I do want to share the gaming with the way that I see it. I enjoy games in a very specific way, and that is exploring the game down to its bare bones, which is why you sometimes see me spending times on these seemingly useless operations inside of a game. Or reassembling or disassembling things, or trying out a new thing, is because I do want to experience all of it and test things out. So where are we going next? There's some ice over there, and we run the rest of the ship. So I'm going to assume that I already went through all of this, because I honestly don't remember. Let's jump here, and then here. We're gonna take the ice, and then we're gonna move on to the next system. Sorry about that. I had to check a few things on the other monitor. What am I even thinking? I for some reason my eyes were thinking that's a pirate ship. I don't know why my eyes were thinking that, but that doesn't matter. So we want this to go to Roxanne. All of it. So mine that out, please. Okay. Okay, that's really ominous music. Okay, this is more like it, I suppose. Okie doke. I want this to be running at full speed. I'm just looking at potentially that there are a lot of games that we could be trying out in the near future. Dyson Sphere will just be the first one. I remember that I said before that I was going to play Iron Harvest on stream. There are several reasons why I didn't, one of them being the performance on streaming. That game also has some optimization issues because I'm playing it on a highest setting as well, and it stutters. But even when I reduce the settings, it still stutters. If anybody visits my channel, you notice that I actually am posting Iron Harvest videos, just a no commentary walkthrough. And even there, in cutscenes it stutters. The cutscenes use the in-game engine and they're scripted. And I don't know why the game stutters. It shouldn't. I have twice the necessary requirements for it and it shouldn't stutter at all. Okay, we are done with this one. Mining is completed really fast. Okay, so we went through here. There's this system and this system. Now it seems that we did visit the system, but we didn't stay in it for some reason. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's where the droids were. I don't remember where we actually encountered the droids. I think it was in the previous system from here. Nebula. Still have 10 jumps. Yeah, I think this is the one with when we were bombarded or droids, because I can see that there were resources I didn't collect. So we are not sticking around. We're moving out. Oh, there's the pirates. Okay, so why didn't we take the resources here? Are the droids here as well? Or were the pirates the reason we didn't pick up these resources? I can't remember, but I can see that they're visited. I'm going to assume the reason why we haven't picked them up is because of droids. Let's risk it. I don't have any more jumps to the other ship anyway, so I have to do this anyway. If there are droids about, then we're screwed. But if there aren't, then we're good. Okay, so ice. Let's get the ice to Roxanne. And chemicals to... Oh, no, Mira. chemicals to Mira. And only Mira has a refinery right now, so... Oh, that goes there. Okay, that works. Move out, and we'll see. If the roids appear, we're scrambling out of here. It is the roids! Why does it say 0? Okay. No. Come on, shuttle. Come back. It is the roids. It is the bloody roids. Okay, so there's a claimable ship here. Let's see what we have. Claimable ship just means resources. So much about the RNG being RNG. When there is an event that can happen in a map, it just simply will happen, and that's it. Okay, draft into the ship, guys. We're gonna go fighting. Okie dokie. Now we want to dock here. All claimable ships are just some random shapes. I mean, shouldn't you have a ship which is an incentive to claim? I'm gonna check, just give me a moment while the ship is traveling to where it needs to go. I'm going to check my settings on Pretzel because if I remember correctly, I did set instrumental only. If somebody is doing I don't count it as instrumental. It's somebody moaning in the back of my song, my music. So please stop. Also, don't put me to sleep. Okay. I expect. Ooh! Oof. Yeah, that's one person unconscious though, and there's more of them there. And there's just this doorway. I don't know how to handle this better. Well, busting up the doorway does help, I guess. And there is no effective way to select a target. And that's two of them unconscious. That's three of them unconscious. And severely wounded. Okay, so this guy can't harm me from here, huh? But I have to manually queue up attacks. I don't know why that is. Why can't you just attack him? I'm not hitting my guys, so this is effective somewhat. Oh, for frightening... There we go. Now, these three, will you guys wake up, please? Oh, freaking out loud. Yeah, we will definitely save scum here. This is kind of ridiculous. Now let's take the last one. Let's see whether that takes us. I have to deal with the big guys in a better way. Oh, this is where it saves me. Oh, perfect. So it's a previous save. I should just save just before I enter any ship, really. Okay, so where am I? Hello? Okay, so this is before we transferred. Yeah, so this is before our trip, which is probably the best thing to do anyway. Let's jump out. And that's the thing I don't like, is you can't really prepare yourself with anything. I don't really know how to deal with the big guys. I mean, shotgun is the best quote-unquote cure for them. But apart from tanking their shots, there's not really much you can do about them. Which kind of sucks. There's no traps, you don't have any armor you can have, there is no... Okay, that's kind of savage. I'm somehow managed to evade with 20%, yay, but I still have to drop out. Because I'm out of jumps! Where are my ships? Why can't I see my ships? Oh, it's just off center? Huh. Whatever. Refuel the engines and let go. Okay. So many pirates. Which also don't matter really. We did destroy a few and... How am I evading them? How am I evading them with 13% chance of evasion? When I wanted that to happen, that never happened. But suddenly it can be 1% of evasion. You evaded. What? The things that you don't understand, essentially. Okay, so let's be smarter this time around. We know that there are fat guys there, so I'm going to save my game now. So I don't have to take this trip again. And we're gonna go again. Draft. Enter. Now, what we will attempt to do is kind of drag them out. Which I don't know if it will be successful, but... In short, when you have these guys, you pretty much have to take your time, maybe do it in several instances or courses. Huh. Is this a different ship? It is. Okay, so this is important. I figure that once it generates, it's always the same, but it appears that it isn't. And also because these guys Oh well, the big guys can, and I have to line... Why is it that I have to manually tell them to attack? At least I can take pot shots at them this way, and they can't do much against me. Again. There's at least 2 more. I think. 1 or 2, definitely. Good thing is that we can fire even while hovering in space. I know there is at least 1 more. There's not many of them left. It should be fine. We don't want more to be born though, and I think those eggs will hatch the big guys, so... The sad thing is, this ship isn't really worth it. Not only as far as claiming it goes, but also as far as salvaging it goes. It's a really crappy ship. And why isn't this ship now fully lightened up? Or lit up? What's left to discover? Oh, there is like a room there. Okay. And there was an egg inside, that's why. Okay. Undraft you guys, undraft the ship. We'll also claim it. Oh, I can't claim it! Can we turn it into... Yes, we can. Just some corpses. There is salvage to be had, but not that much. Well, salvage is salvage, so it doesn't matter. I have a feeling that I've started talking about like 5 things and didn't finish a single thought in correctly in time. Well, in the whole thing. Short recap of everything that I was saying. We're changing the game soon. It's gonna be satisfactory, and the Dyson Sphere project, and I still want to do some action games at some point, probably after Dyson Sphere, because those will probably be on Wednesdays, because I do want to keep Sundays for the strategy and survival games. I will be on the lookout more for new games as they come out. And they, of course, they damaged the kitchen again. I looked away for 5 seconds, they damaged the kitchen again. Stop burning the kitchen. We actually managed to almost completely decrease the amount of organic material that we had in the ship. We had all of 400 of it. $400 we didn't need, more specifically. I could line up some jobs to use up the materials we have and build more on this ship. Honestly, we don't need to. You have to keep in mind, every single thing that I build is a drain on power. I'm already investing less in this second ship as it is. It is misshapen, but that's fine. I'm gonna add more engines and stuff. Oh, we're done. Okay. So there's another derelict there. Derelict and pirates. And some ice. And it's a nebula as well. Also, there are 2 derelicts here, and both medium-sized. Considering how far in we are, I think it's unreasonable thing that we won't get run into the fat guys, so we will take that into advisement. We won't be coming this cycle, we will let them have their sleep so that they're full. Because the fuller that is, the more hits they can take before they go unconscious. And them going unconscious isn't really that bad, as long as there's nothing around to kill them, or as long as there's a crewman around to carry them. But eventually it turns bad. It goes bad like real fast. So, I was going to mention when the things are going to be changing. So, the Dyson Sphere project is releasing on the 20th of January, so in 7 days. I will be taking it and I will be playing it. What is 20th anyway? That's in 7 days. That's Wednesday. That's convenient. If I could, I would like that to be already then. That will be next week then. Of course it will be next week. It's 7 days. Well, math. Let's not go into math. Also, among things that were happening, my last Factorio stream was not being recorded, and then I noticed that because my wife visited the stream and noticed that there was no audio, since at that time it was an empty chat room, I didn't see that that was happening. I'm not that popular, so I don't have many people watching me. So when something goes wrong, sometimes there is nobody out there to tell me. And that's fine. Like I said, I'm doing this for fun. Also, I didn't do myself any favors by not streaming, but you know, you can't stream if you have no means to do it. Was there just a whole cycle that went by because I was rambling and didn't notice it? Is that what just happened? Okay. You guys are being drafted into the glorious armed forces of this here ship. Get on board. Okay, Deltards. Okay. Now, learning from bad experiences, we will save the game before we storm the ship, because save scumming is what we do and what we will always do. I don't trust you to be empty. Oh. Now, that here is suspiciously lonely. Could it be that it's an empty ship? Ah, we get a crewman. Perfect. That's what I like to see. Extra crew member. And that crew member will be going to the second ship, the Roxanne. Since we have, what, 7 members on this ship? So yeah, the ship is empty. The crewman was the only thing that was on it. Okay. Seems that we have a lot of salvage on it. That's awesome. Okay. Peyton, you are undrafted as well. Everybody get on the shuttlecraft. Transfer some good materials, I suppose. Do we need any infra scrap at this moment? Not really. So we're gonna hold off on the infra scrap. Tech and energy always, as well as hull. We want that. Holy, what the hell happened here? Oh, sheesh. Yes, it would be a good idea to get some rods to Roxanne, otherwise everybody's gonna suffocate real fast. The O2 situation is probably already dropping. Yes, it is. Fortunately, it doesn't drop immediately. You do actually have some time to correct it. Okay, so Peyton is here, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th member. I should really get Peyton over to the other shit. Set home ship. So that's gonna be his home, and we're gonna make him a bed. Is there nobody on the ship? Why is there nobody in the ship? Seriously, why is there nobody on the ship? And why are you not, you know, why are you not simply turning it on? There are energy rods there. Why? Why did that take that long? I mean, I would believe that when you board a ship which is not powered on, you don't immediately go to the bedroom. You go to the bloody generator and you turn it back on. I mean, it's not like it's doing much except I don't know. Oh, we're getting some pirates. We're getting some pirate scum. Oh, it's a big one. Ah, it's a 2 ship. It's a 2. Gonna go for the shields. Just because I can. What's wrong with these turrets? Console not manned. Yeah, that's it. That's what I figured. Why couldn't this happen? I don't know. For some reason the turrets on the other ship weren't working. Do I have a weapon console? I don't want to fall asleep with this music, thank you. I put it in shuffle everything, so it's actually showing pretty much all types of music. Anyway, where were we? We were dismantling this ship. Now we're sleeping because we have... let me see. Do we have a weapons console here? We do. Is it that this thing has no ammo? It could well be that this thing has no ammo. Do we have any power cells? No, we do not. I need to make some. There you go. You need some chemicals. Let's make 10 there. Where are the power blocks? Ah, there we go. Energy cells. Let's make 5. Yeah, we need some for this as well. Let's... What fire? Oh. Well, not surprised, really. Did you guys get back together? Where are my ships? Oh, there are my ships. So I'm gonna put this on high speed and let's see what's up here. There are some things here and those look like corpses. But they are not corpses. Somehow. Even though we can clearly see that there are corpses here. What's with this music and the funny voices? Since when did this... I know that I'm old, but since when did this become music? Me going into a speaker and looping it doesn't make it music. God, I'm probably old. I'm just probably just that old. If I manage to properly emulate some of the older games I played in my future streams, you'll see just how old. When I started playing games, pixels were the size of your fist. Well, I'm exaggerating, but they were large. I don't even know what was the resolution of the first monitor that I had. I could say that the first one I had was the Amstrad 1200, but that's kind of a borderline thing because I was 3 years old and I still vaguely remember how it worked and how the games looked like. Only like 2, my dad had like 10 of them, something like that. Then we had the Commodore 64 and some of the games on Commodore were awesome. And some of the games on Commodore were kind of ridiculous. But you know what was the most amazing thing on Commodore 64? So back then game advertisements didn't work exactly as they do today. There weren't any trailers. What you would have are essentially article ads in the papers, usually tech magazines and so on, or you would have promotional diskettes. Back then they were discs, they weren't they were the large and small floppy. I don't know in inches how you call them, but the large floppy and the small floppy. The Commodore had a large floppy, and when you were buying office software, if there was any room, they would sometimes fit into it a promotional still image of a game. Now, That seems to be, quite a smart thing to do, get some promo material into a random disc. But here's the catch. It took upwards of 20 minutes to get a game loaded. It took upwards of 15 to 30 minutes to load it, even if it was an animated image advertising a game. So when my dad bought the Commodore 64 from this friend of his, we insufficient available resources. Did we actually use it up? We did! Hooray! No more. We will dismantle all of these.